What's up, bros? It's Tuesday. I ran out about 40 hours fasted and nicotine free. So I've been that way since 10 o'clock Sunday night. And it is, as I said, it's about 3 o'clock Tuesday. Yesterday was definitely kind of rough. It wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. But man, yeah, see, the thing with nicotine, if you've never smoked or taken nicotine, above all else, in my opinion, it's a gap killer. It's a time killer. So like with smoking, when I smoked, I smoked American Spirits. I'd smoke like 10 to 15 cigarettes a day, and they would take like 7, 8 minutes, sometimes up to 10 minutes if I was really chilling. And so that's like 2 to 3 hours a day that I'm just spending smoking. So whenever you're bored or not doing something important, you're like, oh, let me smoke. Or let me go. And this same thing with nicotine pouches, which comes to yesterday. So the thing is when I'm just sitting there chilling or whatever, like, even though you're not technically doing something, taking a pouch, put it in my mouth, and then when I got it in my lip, I'm doing something. I don't know, that may not make sense. It probably definitely doesn't make sense to someone that never used nicotine or whatever, but to all the nicotine bros out there, you know what I'm talking about. Like literally every couple minutes, man, I'm looking over to where I usually have my pouches sitting, and then it's crazy because I'm fasting, so then I can't fill that with anything, no gum, no nothing. But that is the genius of it. What I've been doing, and what I did yesterday, especially, is I redirected that craving for nicotine into food. And I've spent so much time fasting, believe it or not, it's gotten easy. I'm very good at it. When I actually decide to fast, I do it. So it was always, weeks of monotony of a diet and stuff is when I would lose control and binge out and all that. But in any case, so I was simply redirecting the craving for nicotine into a craving for food because I'm fasting. No. But it's been a challenge because there's nothing to fill that with. There's nothing to fill that need to do something. That's how I got through it, and that's how I've been doing it, and that's one reason why I chose to do this fast alongside it. And it's also helping me not train the habit of replacing nicotine with food. Because again, it's about doing something. It's a big part of nicotine. Now the reason why I didn't make a video yesterday, and I just didn't care. The only thing I cared about was quit nicotine. It's actually very important to me. It's a big deal because, I was spitting, even though I'm the lowest dose, 2 milligrams, original, no flavors, it still was making my salivary glands hyperactive. And I was spitting up probably at least a cup a day of just spit. I've basically been revving my mucus glands at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs, especially for the last 4 or 5 years. But even when I was smoking, I would spit. So nicotine's always made me spit. So yeah, I needed to get off of it because it's just common sense. You keep an engine revved at fucking 3,000 RPMs, eventually it's gonna burn out. And that's kind of, I think, the principle of all your cells in your body. But, and then doing with a fast, it's gonna help that healing process. It's gonna turbocharge it. So I'm already at that 40-hour threshold. So for the rest of this fast, my body's gonna be doing a lot of healing. And I'm sure there's some damage there. My salivary glands, that's why I think my nose, I haven't had a clogged nose this whole time. And so this is literally the first time in like 20 years I haven't had any nicotine, whether it's from smoking or pouches. 2012 I quit for like a couple months, and then I started smoking again, but I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't want to jinx myself by making videos. I just decided to say fuck it. And Sunday was originally when I was planning on starting it, but I ended up just saying fuck it because I wanted to watch the Dallas game. And basically the addict part of my brain talked me into it. I wanted one more day with nicotine pouches and food. I didn't binge. I didn't eat any carbs or anything. but I did eat a lot of calories. I made lettuce burgers with some cheese and mayonnaise, and then I had made some carnivore ice cream with allulose and heavy cream. So, but you know, that's all right. So yeah, that was a lot of calories. There's no carbs, so I probably ate about 7,000 calories, to be honest, on Sunday. But you know what? I don't give a shit, because I'm quitting nicotine. And that's what my brain needed. That's what my brain needed. And that was it. It was just that one day. And I have no apologies or regrets at all. Even if I put on a pound of fat, so what? Because I'm feeling amazing and I needed to quit that nicotine. So I know there's a lot of big push right now. Nicotine's good for you, and I'm sure there's positive benefits. But above all else, when I originally started smoking, back in like 2000, back in like 2009, 2010, well, I smoked when I was a kid, but then I stopped when I was like 16 until my like 20, so I was like 22. So smoking initially, a big part of it was a tranquilizer. I mean, that's literally the only way I know how to explain it. It was a tranquilizer. It kept me from getting into fights and all kinds of stuff, like, because I was pretty volatile when I was younger, just because of how and where I grew up. But you know, that's a story for another time. But so yeah, I did have coffee this morning because I was hungry. It was you know, because I'm obviously no smoking and fasting, so I don't know, I just was pretty hungry, and I hadn't had coffee in 30 days, and that really helps with the fast. So it was an especially good cup of coffee. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a set of push-ups real quick, and then I'm going to walk back. All right, 40 hours fasted, set of push-ups. Douche, 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 ooh, 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 ah, 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 ah. Let's go! That's that fasting power, baby! 22 fucking reps! Fuck you! That's what the fuck I'm talking about! Let's fucking go! Putting on that strength of muscle, baby! 22 push-ups, baby! 435 pounds! Chest to the ground! That's what the fuck I'm talking about! Let's fucking go! Hell yeah! Woo! Fast and power, baby. I'll let that speak for itself. I'll be back when I'm ready to be back. Peace out. There's the walk. Kapowski. Other news. We got the bone broth cooking. That's been going for about almost 24 hours now. And there is 2 hours of cardio. Although don't mind the heart rate. That thing is tweaking the fuck out. Yeah, this thing is reading so high, it's tweaking out. It tweaked out earlier when I went on a walk. So that was the purpose of all this, not even sweat. I don't know why this thing's tweaking out. Yeah, 170, fuck out of here. I'm not even doing 2 beats a minute. That was the whole purpose, is I didn't want to sweat, you know, so I'm burning pure fat. No, nothing, just maybe lower calories. But I was just sitting here. Music, just moving around, dancing, whatever, just chilling. You know, the whole purpose was no fan on me, but I didn't want to break a sweat. That way I was in pure fat burning mode. That's the day. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.